All right, guys, welcome back to the Sports Project. John, am here as always, and I got Wes with me today. He's biting his nails already. We're in the third quarter of the Georgia Cincy game right now, the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Um, it's a pretty tight one, man. The Bears have got us down 21-10 right now, so it's a pretty surprising game. I think most people would say. Um, so first off, let's open up with what just happened like a couple plays ago with the penalty. I actually missed it, so take it away. Tell me what you saw.
All right, so obviously you saw the flag though, but it was
Hmm.
offsetting us for like conduct penalties. But they showed the replay of the two players. It was George Pickens and some cornerback for Cincinnati. They're jawing at each other. They're doing something. All of a sudden, Cincinnati player pushes George Pickens and then throws a punch. But they called offsetting
Oh, that's BS.
George Pickens and the cornerback. And Pickens just standing there like, what the hell? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Whether George Pickens said
Yeah,
something about his mama or what. God.
um, yeah, they just fumbled again. So Georgia, I believe, has three turnovers so far. And it's looking like it's gonna cost them the game, man. Oh boy. It's not looking good for the dogs today. But anyways, we do still have a podcast to do. So happy New Year to everybody, and to US. Happy New Year, man. It's 2021. Finally put 2020 in the past.
Yeah, well, 2021 ain't having a good look right now.
Yeah, so far not for us.
Still ain't got my stimulus check. I haven't watched this
I
game.
actually did get my stimulus check, but they said all the ugly people got it first. So,
Okay, yeah, I mean, you're pretty ugly.
um, but yeah, no, I mean it's still it's not 2020 anymore, so I think that's a positive in anybody's eyes. So before we actually main thing we're talking about today is going to be college football. Got semifinals coming up. Got a couple big games tonight. Got of course Georgia Cincy going on right now, and Auburn Northwestern actually. But before we get to that, there's a couple other things that we wanted to talk about. So NBA is just starting. They just tipped off. Um, not today. I mean, like last few days. They're about 4 or 5 games in, depending on who you are. Um, so the main thing I want to ask here, and we're only going to touch on basketball because once football season ends, we'll get more into basketball in this podcast. But the main thing I want to know, who do you think so far? I know we're only like 5 games in, but who do you think so far is the best team in the NBA?
If we're going by record, it'd be Orlando because they're the only undefeated team still.
Well, yeah, I mean,
But no, and honestly, man, it's the Lakers again. Like the Lakers are going to go back to back this year. I don't see anybody beating them. Yeah, there's not much you can say.
um, I'm gonna go with the Pacers this year. No, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lakers. Yeah, it's impossible to go against the Lakers.
Yeah,
LeBron, AD. I mean that those two alone. I mean
yeah,
that's insane talent to have on one team.
yeah.
Um, and I mean, I hate to say it, but everybody's jockeying to be as good as them right now. So yeah, unfortunately, it's another year where the Lakers look like they're gonna dominate. But um, me and Wes, are generally fans of the same team. I think our only variation is our baseball teams. Um,
Yeah,
so how do you feel about our Hawks so far?
man,
They they're currently, for people who don't know, they're 3-1. With their one loss. Oh gosh, who was it to? Brooklyn, was it? Yeah, it was Brooklyn. Um, so we've got Brooklyn again tonight, 7:30 p.m. Brooklyn's 3-2. So I mean, how do you feel about them? I mean, do you think they're a playoff contender? Do you think they're a deep run playoff contender?
um, deep run. I don't know because the East. East is good. East is
Mm-hmm.
good. A lot of good teams in the East.
Brooklyn's good.
Boston, Brooklyn. Just list just goes on.
Yeah.
Milwaukee. But do I think they are a playoff contender? Yeah, they'll make the playoffs. And this seems exciting. This seems fun. Like we were saying yesterday, when we had a whole 30-minute conversation that wasn't recorded
Yeah.
about how exciting this team is and how young they are, and with the additions that they had in the offseason with Brogdon and Rondo, and just the list just goes on. It's exciting to see what this team can do.
Yeah, I really liked when we picked up Rondo. I like that ad. That was a really smart veteran ad. Vince Carter, it was cool. And it was fun with Vince Carter, but like I think everybody kind of knew like that was just really trying to bring in a veteran presence, and I think it
Oh,
helped. I think it helped Trey Young out. I think it helped John Collins out. Um, so you know, now you bring in Rajon Rondo, someone who actually brings something to the table, not just
a
veteran
pre-
leadership. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm actually pretty excited for the Hawks as well. They do look like at least a playoff contender. Now, what do you think tonight? Do you think they're gonna win?
so like we said yesterday, the only reason I wouldn't say the only reason they lost him, but they lost to Brooklyn with 8/10 of a second left.
Mm-hmm.
They fouled KD and sent KD along with 8/10 of a second left, and that's what gave Brooklyn the ultimately winning that game. So I think they've learned. They know how to control that team. They came out on fire. Like both teams scored over 120. So I think it'll be another fun game. I think Atlanta will pull it out tonight.
Yep, I agree, and I think what you're seeing now is a good preview of a possible Eastern Conference Finals matchup. I
I wouldn't go that far.
I think so. I really do. Atlanta, dude, I'm telling you, they got a lot of pieces to me that like if they can come together, if they can really mesh well and blend well, I think they can make a deep run. I don't think they're a finals team by any means. If they have to go to the Eastern Conference Final, or well, if they go to the Eastern Conference Finals, I don't think they make it um, past that.
No.
Um, but I think they can make it, but I think it's going to take some luck. I think it's going to take some crazy games and stuff like that to do that. But I
Yeah.
definitely see it. They have the talent to get there, but I think next year is what we need to really look forward to as far as
Oh,
which God Almighty, that sounds like something I've been saying year in and year out for every team I root for. But here
next
we are.
year.
At least it's never the Hawks until recently. It's never
Yeah,
been until next year. It's been like, man, one day maybe we'll be good.
but hold on. But so are you saying next year is in like 2021 since the season started in 2020 in 2020? Are you talking
No. Next season. Next
about?
season. Next season is where where it's gonna be interesting. I don't. We'll have to see what off season additions we make. We may not make any, honestly, but I hope we make a couple moves.
Dude,
Um. So moving on from NBA, talking about the NFL. Before we get to NCAA football. Um. Are the Browns for real? Are
I I
they?
know.
Are they a playoff team?
I believe so. I think at least how much I love Baker. I love Baker Mayfield.
I know.
I don't know why I love Baker Mayfield, but I think the Browns are a legitimate contender. That I think they have a chance to at least win one game in the playoffs. Um, do I think? Obviously, they're not winning the AFC North. They ruined that
Yeah.
and gave that to Pittsburgh. But no, I think they have a legit chance. That their team is good. It's the first 10-win season they've had in I think like ever,
Yeah.
and I think they're a legit chance.
Um. Yeah, I think so too. Honestly, ooh, if they what is happening to my computer? Freaking out. Um, I think they're legit if they stay healthy. without those receivers, now I think without Odell, I mean, I know like
They've got
everybody's saying without Odell they play much better, ball. I don't think it's necessarily that. I think they just played better in a happenstance situation.
so
Um
the thing is with that, and when Odell first got hurt or was released or whatever happened, I don't remember.
mm,
I saw some numbers, and with Odell on the field, Baker looks to get him the ball, and everyone knows that.
that is true.
So now he's distributing it more, and it's helping them.
So I I think well, like I mean that may be true, but I mean at the same time, like that's what you should do. I mean, you should be trying to get your number one best receiver the ball. Um,
But when the other team knows that,
but I mean, what team doesn't know that about any other team? I
yeah, I
mean,
mean that's the same with
it
Atlanta.
it's just it's to me that's Baker's got to make either better throws or Odell's got to make the catch. So I don't know what necessarily the issue on that may be, but to me, that's something you got to figure out in practice. I mean, because I don't think that they can do it without someone like Odell. I don't think Jarvis Landry's good enough to be the number one receiver, even with Donovan Peoples Jones as like a secondary or Rashard Higgins.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't think they can make a true run for it. I think they may make the playoffs, but I mean, I don't think they'll be an actual playoff team unless they have Odell and can actually use him.
Dude,
Um,
so timeout. Georgia has 42 rushing yards right now.
oh, I know, bro. We ain't been able to run the ball all year. I mean,
42,
we've had a
42.
few we've had a few games, but
They've had over 300 the past 2 games.
yeah, well, yeah, no. I know. These last couple of weeks we've been able to run the ball really well, but the whole season, I mean, it's been here and there, and even when it was a good game, it was really just a couple really good runs that would, help boost the numbers.
Yeah. I
Um,
can get back to your sorry.
but um, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. The Browns, I mean, man, the whole AFC's kind of a toss up, especially with how the Steelers have been playing the last 5 weeks. So,
Yeah.
um, but to discuss a much worse division, who wins the NFC East?
As much as it hurts me to say, I think the Cowboys win it.
I don't want to say the Cowboys, but yeah, it is tough to say because Jalen Hurts to me just doesn't. It's not quite there yet. It's the almost. I mean, he's got a good arm. It's not terrible. His threat of running is definitely there, and he's got good legs, and he reminds me a lot of Cam Newton in his size, at least.
No, Kim
Um,
way bigger than Jalen.
no, yeah, I know that, but I'm saying just the way that he carries himself and how he kind of uses his body um, to what's the word I'm looking for, to break tackles, as opposed to most QBs are looking to avoid contact. But I, yeah, I mean it's tough because I mean Washington's got I'd say New York's got the best defense, but they have nothing on offense. They have nothing. Holy crap, they're so dead. And Washington's the same thing, really. Again, a good defense, no offense. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's probably gonna be Dallas, but I mean, it's gonna be a tough road for Dallas. Oh
Oh,
boy,
don't tell
that
me.
our boy just got lit up. Our boy just got lit up. Unbelievable.
But
And he's
man,
hurt. And he's hurt.
dude, we suck.
We suck. We suck again.
Why is yeah? We'll talk about it when we get into the game.
Yeah. So that was really it for the NFL. Me and Brandon are actually going to do a podcast later tonight, and we'll actually get more into the NFL, probably maybe a little bit into the NBA. and then we're gonna recap probably some of the semifinal games. But the main thing will be talking about the NFL upcoming week. Playoffs are coming up, so. But before we get to that, NCAA college football opened up with Florida getting blown out by Oklahoma. Now, don't get me wrong, Georgia may lose this game, but man, it's 21-10. Okay, we can't lose 55-20. Period. I just don't foresee that even possibly happening. So at the very least, bro, Florida, what happened, dog? I get it, y'all had opt outs, but dude, Oklahoma has no defense, Kyle Trask. None. Well, actually, I honestly, OU had one of the best defenses in the Big 12, but that's not saying a lot.
That's not
That's
saying,
not
but
saying a lot. But I will say the big OU did play some pretty decent defense. I watched a couple of their games. They were pretty good on defense. But still, dude, like Trask, how are you going to perform in the NFL? Like OU is like oh gosh, whose defense is horrible? It's
uh,
worse than New York. It's the worst than the Jets defense, okay?
uh,
Okay, that's the kind of defenses you're going to be taking. The Jets defense would have taken trash to the woodshed, son. Um, I don't know what he's thinking. Does he have another year of eligibility?
he's already declared.
I mean, I knew that. I knew that.
Yeah, because no one's eligibility is not costing anybody a season this year.
Oh yeah. So yeah, he's dumb.
Yeah,
Real
why
dumb.
not?
He needs to take another year. He needs to take another year. This is not a good idea.
I,
Look, I
I'm glad.
get it. I look. I get it. Like you were a Heisman runner and all that jazz. That's great, man. Honestly, it is, and that's something that's not. I'm not taking any of that away from him. What I'm saying is if you can't perform with subpar receivers, now I get it. Those receivers, a couple of them dropped a few passes, so on and so forth. But most of the bad things that happened with that offense were due to Kyle Trask or due to bad play calling. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
Grantham was terrible. But I mean, like to me, you can't play that badly against a defense that's not that good, especially coming in being a top tier quarterback. Now, had he gone 250 yards and a touchdown, okay, hey, we get it. Slow day, no receivers, tough defense. Okay, whatever. But bro, you looked like garbage.
Yeah, when he come off putting up over 400 yards against Alabama.
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, you still have that. But my thing is like that's you're not gonna every game you play, you're not gonna have the healthiest offense in the world like you did against Alabama. It's just not gonna happen. So because they had Kyle Pitts against Alabama, didn't they? Right,
Yeah,
Kyle Pitts, yeah.
yeah, he sat out
So
against you for whatever reason, and then played
yeah,
against Alabama.
yeah. So yeah, Florida got blown out by OU. Really, really surprised. Spencer Rattler looked good. His draft stock certainly went up. Well, no, does he got another year?
He's only a sophomore.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's got another year. But I mean, still, I mean, he's got draft stock no less. And it went up for sure. Especially against, yeah, pretty decent Florida defense. I'm sure they had some opt outs. I'm not 100% sure on that. But, um, you know, and then, okay, so on top of Florida getting blown out, Dan Mullen comes out and then decides to say basically that, oh, well, it's because we had a bunch of opt outs. Look, the team that played in 2020, they left the field 11 days ago. Okay, they didn't show up for
He
this game.
played the last game 11 days ago.
So now let me ask you something. What are those players that played in the bowl game like? Okay, bro. So I wasn't on the team all season. So I
Well,
didn't. I didn't show up to practice every day. Oh, okay. I didn't show up to workouts every day. Oh, okay. Bet. Okay.
we all knew Dan Mullen was a joke already.
All I'm saying, you better watch the transfer portal in Florida. You better watch the fucking transfer portal in Florida, bro. Hey, everybody's finna transfer out of there. Hey, this motherfucker said we weren't even on the team in
Yeah,
the bowl game. Okay.
like I understood where he was saying because of all the opt outs, but come on, man. Like
No, I
you
don't understand. No, fuck all that. I don't understand what he was saying. You
you
are
you
not
can't
gonna
do
sit here. You look. Now I
Intel
get it.
team. I
If
haven't played.
you if you want to say something along the lines of, hey, we were missing our best players, and that's clearly evident. We had some guys step up, and they just, honestly, they just weren't ready, and we underperformed. You want to say that? Cool, but don't sit here and tell me that the team that played in 2020, while you're still currently in 2020,
Played their last
did
game.
not play that night. Like, so you're going to tell me that all 60, 80, whatever it was, people that were on that fucking sideline on that team all season and the
Uh,
bowl game,
They
all of
only
a
had
sudden,
they only had 60 players. All right.
oh, okay, my bad. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I,
saying. I don't care how many players it was. All I'm saying is you're going to sit here and tell me that those players weren't on the team all season long? Like,
well,
what?
he did say that the scout team looked good. So
Oh my god, yeah. And then yeah, see what a backhanded compliment too. Like, yeah, my scout team looked good. Like, what a backhanded compliment. Like, what a dick, dude. Dan Mullen just literally might have interviewed himself right out of the Florida job. I'm be
no.
surprised if he's still the head coach. Florida deserves to never be in the top 25 again.
Do you want to know why he is going to keep a job?
Please.
Because he beat Georgia one time.
Oh no. That you are right though. Florida fans love beating Georgia. That's all they care about.
He beat Georgia one time.
Oh man, yeah. If you're a Florida fan listening to this, I'm telling you right now, nobody on this podcast has an appreciation for Florida fans. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let you know.
Yeah,
Um,
we won't go into our rants again.
I mean, it's a shame. I hate to tell you, but your fan base is terrible. One of the
Classless piece
worst.
of crap.
It's one of the worst. Um, next to Tennessee is pretty. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Even like
Hashtag.
Philadelphia, like because like my wife just pointed at herself. She's a Philadelphia Eagles fan. Look, I'm gonna tell you something right now. Philadelphia is just passionate. Okay, they're just wildly and insanely passionate. Okay, Florida fans are dicks. There's a difference. Okay,
Well, have you ever been to a Florida Georgia game?
I have not. I have actually never been to a Georgia game. I'm a piece of shit.
Wow, I went 2012. No, when was Todd Gurley suspended?
Oh,
Was that
yeah,
14?
yeah. No, I think it was 12.
No, I think I was living in North Carolina. I think it was like 14,
Okay, give me one sec.
13 or 4. I don't know, but I went to
Continue.
that. I went to that game when they played Florida and got absolutely demolished. And surprisingly, I didn't have. I don't know if it was just those fans, but I didn't have any bad run-ins. But no, every Florida fan I've come across on like social media and shit like that have all been horrible, and I hate them.
Well, it was 14. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, again, we talked about this yesterday a little bit, and I'm just gonna repeat what I said. I've only seen a few fan bases ever cheer for injured players, and Florida's and Tennessee's are the only two that I distinctly remember. Now I get it. There may be times where you have 10, 20, 30, 50 fans that are cheering when it happens. But when half the stadium cheers, or when a quarter of the stadium cheers,
Yeah.
y'all can get bent. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't care anymore.
Like when
Um,
Nick Chubb's career could have been over with, and all of Neyland Stadium's like,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Don't get me wrong. Honestly, Florida, I think they've only done it once. Tennessee's done it a couple times, I'm pretty sure, and to multiple teams, not just Georgia. Um, Florida's done it once, I think, to us, but I've seen them do it to a couple teams before. Um, but also, like, Florida has always just carried this, like, we're badass and we're better than everybody attitude. Yet they have nothing to back it up.
no.
Um, so
Actually, I did have a guy a conversation I had came at me and was like, "We have more national titles than you, 19." I was like, "You'll have 3. You have
yeah,
one than us."
yeah, that's not.
And this is the first time you've made it to the SC championship game in 4 years.
Yeah.
So
Um. So
but they all
elsewhere in college football, we had some craziness in the at MSU and Tulsa, dude. Okay, so I forget how exactly it started out. Now, I would normally we sometimes we'll pull videos up and stuff and show it on here. Like, I'm not going to show it because you need to go ahead and stop listening to the podcast right now. Go look it up and watch it because you need to see the whole thing. I'm not going to show the whole thing. Um, it's insane. I mean, the whole game was what's the word I'm looking for? Heated. Everybody was pissed off. I mean, from warm-ups, these dudes were pissed off at each other. So these guys were bound to get into some scuffles and stuff. But what ensued at the end of this game was absolute insanity. I've never honestly. It's the worst football fight I've ever seen. Not the worst fight I've ever seen in the sport. I've definitely seen worse baseball fights. The the one that comes to mind was I think it's the Braves and Padres back in like the 70s or the 80s. It was like, I mean, there were fans coming out of the stands beating players' asses. Now at that point, the players, it's crazy because they operate just like a military does, like our like military does, and like kind of like how you like a family does. Like, look, we can sit there and beat up on each other, and I mean they were smacking each other around for minutes,
But
and then
nobody
all
else.
of a sudden one fan jumped in, and it was all right, players on fans now. I mean they were. I mean, they fought them for a second, but then it was more about, okay, let's get the fans separated out of here and get
Yeah.
this figured out. But I mean, even still, there were multiple fights on the field, but this was one of those situations at MSU Tulsa. It
Hold on.
was
You wanna know what I saw? What I saw today about that fight? Um, Mike Leach was on the other side of the field taking pictures with fans.
yeah. So okay, so there's something to that. So he was okay. So I don't want anybody to get misconstrued here, because he was not doing it in lieu of the fight. He was doing it as the fight started. So the ending play, like, so after the play, like, everybody comes to meet and shake hands and all that jazz. Well, as they were meeting and greeting and doing all that, Mike Leach went up to the stand, started taking pictures with a couple fans, and then they started breaking out into a fight on the other side of the field. So, yeah, it does look funny though, because there's actually a camera that was zoomed in on Mike Leach at the time, and
Yeah.
then as it zooms out from Mike Leach, there's just this giant fight erupting, and he's just back there laughing, taking pictures. Um, but yeah, it was insane, man. I mean, you saw punches thrown, which of course is normal and stupid for people in padded pads and helmets and such. But
Oh,
then there were stomps given to people. There were uh, people tossed around, quite literally. There were people
yeah.
without helmets punching other people without helmets. There were helmets thrown into people. It was insane.
Remember yesterday I was telling you number one had to be like helped off for
Yeah,
Tulsa. Yeah,
yeah.
he's got a
Oh, I'm sure. Was
he
that one
got.
of the ones that was
Well,
that one of the ones that got smacked with the helmet?
I believe so. Yeah, they ruled. I saw today that he had a concussion.
I'm
He couldn't even
sure.
walk. Like it was that bad. He couldn't even walk.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was bad. And because, like, look, listen, I'm not one of those that's like against fighting, because this was bad. This was terrible. This was a horrible look
Yeah,
for everybody. And we laugh and joke, but I mean, it was bad. Um, and I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, we shouldn't fight, blah blah. Honestly, I think they should be able to take helmets off and fight right there on the field. But I think it should
this
be like
is
hockey, because hockey, it's okay. These two dudes are fighting. All right, let's break it up. And and
yeah.
and that's fine. Like, dude, why can't we do that? Like, why is it so we can let two dudes get in an octagon and beat the hell out of each other, put it on pay-per-view for $60, and then let you go to Hooters and watch it? But like, it's too much to let kids watch
I,
football players hit each other. It's just too much.
I think because sorry if this gets people mad or you listen to followers about to say, but it's because there's more people that come from a bad background in football who have used football to get out of bad predicaments, to get out of the
Oh yeah.
streets. That and so that would and it would just roll. Did
Well,
you say
I
hockey?
I think the other main thing is you have in football, you have helmets. That's the biggest thing. Even in hockey, you have at the worst a wooden stick.
You have
Um, you do have skates, but man, I mean, you're talking about having to stand on one skate and trying to kick with the other. Which I'm not saying that those dudes can't do it. I'm sure there's plenty of them that can. But for one, like you have to have relatively malicious intent to do something like that, and not only that, I mean, dude, the odds of catching someone with that blade, even enough to hurt them badly, are slim to none. Just because, I mean, you have so much weight and so much gear on, and I mean, that leg's coming at somebody at 2 miles an hour. Um, so, in that instance, I get it. With that helmet, dude, I can swing that helmet at 15 miles an hour easy. And if I connect with your head, you might die. Like anybody who gets
yeah,
hit in the helmet, like, I mean, Mason Rudolph, I mean, in a different situation, had Miles Garrett or who was it? Villanueva, I think,
yeah,
that had Miles Garrett held back. Had he not done that, had he let Miles Garrett really come down on his head, I'm not saying he would have killed him. And the odds of something like that happening, I mean, you really have to smack someone. But I mean, if he wouldn't have been there blocking him, dude, he could have destroyed Mason Rudolph's head. I mean, big time. And that's the main reason I think why they won't let it happen. Because the moment someone picks up that helmet and starts using it, oh boy,
it's a wrap.
yeah, as a wrap for whoever that is. Because I mean, god dang, can you imagine if someone got on the ground and just, I mean, just 1, 2, 3, or 4 times? I mean, dude, that'd be a bad look for whoever. So that's probably why they don't allow it. But
It's a good
um,
reason.
I mean, like, you do wish that like they just had that kind of mutual respect of just all right, take off the helmet, set it to the side, or have
Yeah.
someone come grab it, and all right, let's do this. Because even the cleat thing, like, man, hey, you cleat someone. It is
Well,
what it
shit.
is.
So baseball. Look at it the same way as baseball.
Soccer.
Dude comes running out of the dugout with the bat.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it does. Yeah, but again, like the odds of you again connecting someone with the bat. Now you'd have to. Oh, fumble,
We recovered it.
fumble. Oh, they did.
No,
Did
we
we?
did.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Holy shit! This is a
Yeah.
close game, man. This is insane.
Anderson. Oh,
Yo,
well, let's see.
so all right. So currently it
Oh yeah,
is.
that's a fumble.
Currently,
Let's.
it's 21-10. I think we're getting towards the end of the third quarter now.
It's in the
Uh,
fourth.
oh, it's in the fourth. Okay,
Yeah,
I can't see the times or anything right now. It's currently in
it's the fourth.
replay.
It
um. Oh, the Savage pads are out, dog.
Give him the
Oh,
pads.
Jalari boy,
Give him the pads. Let's go. That's
I
what we
love it.
needed.
I love it. Um.
Ooh, good position too. Let's go.
Oh, get out. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. Nice little dump off.
Ooh,
That was a
let's go.
beautiful dump off. Oh, he's hurt. Um. Okay, so
Dude, they using the tight ends this game so
yeah, they
much.
have. They
Yeah,
have. I do
it's
love
just-
that.
they're trying to get old buddy from LSU.
That'd be nice.
That transfer.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Um, so let's talk semifinal games. We probably won't talk about the games. Well, we may talk about the games coming up tonight. I don't know. Just because we only got. Oh, and Georgia just scored.
Let's go.
17 to
Zeus.
21. Zeus, baby.
Zeus. Let's go. Hey, y'all,
So
sorry if I just like blew out your eardrums.
no, you're not even. You're barely loud in my ear right now.
I'm will actually listen to this, not you.
Oh yeah, no, should be all right. Um, so let's talk about these semifinal matchups real quick. So in just an hour, just over an hour, we're gonna watch
Murder.
number one Alabama
Legal murder.
versus Notre Dame.
Go for two.
They did go for two, and we did not get it.
Why would you go
So
for two?
so it is 16 to 21 because okay, so we live in an era where extra points are like worthless now for some reason.
No,
We don't just take points when you can get them now.
if you would have
Um,
gotten it, you would have been a 3-point game. But there's still 14
no,
fucking
but
minutes.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. This is I'm getting sick and tired of this. Oh, we gotta make it a 3-point game. We gotta make it blah, blah, blah. Man, fuck all that. Going for the that's going for the tie. Whether you want to you call it what you want to call it,
There's
that's
14.
going for the tie, and that is why teams lose. That's why
There's
teams lose. You have to
14
go
minutes.
for the win.
Yeah, there's 14 minutes left in the game. If you're still down 3 to Cincinnati with 14 minutes left,
That's your
and
own fault.
and you're worried about it. Not saying Cincinnati's not a bad team.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
But that's the thing. What would 2 points have done? You're gonna either lose by 3 or you're gonna lose by 5.
yeah.
Instead, kick the extra point that's virtually guaranteed. You
And trust your
guarantee yourself at least one extra point, basically. I mean, that's what it is. It's called an extra point. It literally is saying, here, you've gotten a touchdown. Why don't you take this free point? Oh,
one
you want to go for 2? Go for it. No, no, no. Take the fucking point because now touchdown wins it.
because guess what? Fuck. Wow, I lost my point. Hold on.
Well, my thing is like, okay, so there's 13 minutes, right? So you score with 13 minutes. Okay,
Oh,
make it.
okay. I
Go
get my
ahead.
point. I
Uh,
get my point.
you got it. All right, go ahead.
Has done one thing the second half.
What's that?
Cincinnati, the second half, Georgia's defense has owned Cincinnati. They've had
Oh
that
yeah.
one 79-yard touchdown. Other than that, their offense hasn't been able to do anything in the second half.
Yep.
So why are you trying to make it a 3-point game when you know your defense is able to stop them because they have the whole second half except for like the first play?
Here's where I lose this theory. There's 13 minutes left. Okay, you scored. Theoretically, unless they have a fucking 12-minute drive,
You're gonna get the ball back.
you're gonna get the ball back. Okay. Well, yeah, that's so I can kick my 3 and tie it. Is it? Is that what you're doing with 8 minutes left? You're going down to kick a 3? No, you're going down to score a fucking touchdown anyways.
Yeah.
So if your objective is to score a touchdown to win it, why not just take the point? That way you're guaranteeing you have the one extra point. Now, instead, you're missing a point. So now when you go down to, because now you're giving the Bearcats football back, maybe they go down, maybe they kick a field goal. Oh, guess what? Now
You're,
it's 24-16. And now you fucked yourself because now you have to go for 2 again.
yep.
It's stupid. It's the dumbest fucking method. It's pissing me off. Pissing me off.
And
I
this
don't know
is
if you have any kids that listen to this podcast, but it's not a good idea.
I don't know why
Advise
Kirby
it. We
every
are
year
Georgia and Atlanta fans. We get real mad.
Kirby has done something like this. National or the SC championship game when he tried that fake punt on like the 50 and went nowhere. He did.
It makes no sense. It's like I get it, 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Okay. That's fine. You want to go for 2 to put yourself down by 3 because you may not get time to get a touchdown to win it. That's fine. You're preparing yourself for the inevitability that you may have to kick a field goal to tie the game.
yeah.
You're not there yet. You have
There's
almost a whole quarter left.
13 minutes.
We're pretending that a quarter is not enough time to score like I have seen teams drop 42 points, 42 points collectively in a quarter before. I think I even saw 49 points in a quarter, and
Jesus.
we're over here fighting for an extra point because we don't know if we're going to need to kick a field goal to tie the game or not with a whole quarter left.
Yeah.
It's dumb. It's dumb. It's stupid. And honestly, I don't know who made that call, but if it was Kirby, I'd put him in the hot seat just for that. Because here's the thing, you're not just losing a bowl game. You're losing a bowl game to a group of 5 team that we were supposed to go, hey, they don't belong here. But hey, they don't look, we're letting you know right now. And instead,
they're showing they belong.
Yeah. Now
They're
I'm
showing.
not now again, I'm not taking anything away from Cincinnati. I'm not saying that they don't belong. Maybe they do, but it, this is not what was
Oh,
supposed to happen.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
sorry, but
Let's go. Let's
when
go
you
defense.
look when you look at what Cincinnati does on a down in down out basis, they're not impressive. They
No,
they don't, they're not they're out coaching us. Period. They're simply out coaching us, and we have Kirby Smart. That's all I'm saying.
Lou Fickle's not a bad coach.
No, I mean, no, I'm not taking anything away from Cincinnati's head coach. You know, I think, and I'm not saying that Kirby Smart should be fired. What I'm saying is, you have to. Oh, they're going for it. Oh my God, they picked it up on a fake punt.
Are you fucking shitting me, motherfucker? Ball game.
Well, like I said, outcoached, outcoached. How did you not see that coming? How did you not see a fake punt? Well, I mean, they are on the other side of the field. That was a ballsy goal, actually. I didn't know they were on the 30. They were on the 30, boy. Golly. I thought they were on the other side of the field. But I mean, still, like, I mean, it still doesn't absolve the fact of everything else that's gone on in this game. You've been out coached all game. This is insanity. So semifinals matchup coming on in an hour, 4 o'clock. Alabama and Notre Dame. First off, who do you have winning this game?
There's about to be a legal murder on TV.
Ian Book might not make it out alive.
Yeah, Alabama, not even close. Everyone's saying, "Oh, this game's going to be closer than the experts think." Yeah, it's going to be closer than the experts think because the spread is 19 and a half. So it might even be that's the largest point differential, largest spread in the playoffs history.
Yeah, this is gonna be bad.
Yeah,
I just don't. I tell you what, though, this defensive line is eating that Cincinnati offensive line up. That is one thing that is happening for sure. It has been happening all game. Um,
but dude, Desmond Ritter's so good.
yeah, he's
The
pretty good. He's pretty good, and he's got
um,
some good escapability. He's just got to know when to throw the ball away. Like, he's got to know to throw the ball away there. You know what I mean?
well, if you watch the game, he would scramble like that, and dudes would get open.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean,
Stepped
but
up.
like, look at Patrick Mahomes. That man scrambles around all the time, but he knows Aaron Rodgers scrambles around all the time, but he knows. I mean, he'll scramble around for 5 minutes and then throw the ball away. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
completely wasted play, but he didn't lose yards. He lost
yeah.
2 yards there, and see now, and then I mean,
Oh, let's go, boys.
it's just that kind of thing. And I'm not saying that he's not a good quarterback. I'm just saying it's that if he can work on that kind of thing, I can make him a great quarterback.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, this Alabama Notre Dame matchup is so stupid. Notre Dame shouldn't be here. They got blown out by the same Clemson team that they went toe to toe with a few weeks before, except it was not the same Clemson team.
No.
It was a completely different Clemson team because the one that they beat a few weeks ago was missing half of their defense and their starting quarterback, the best quarterback in the whole entire college league.
Let's
And then
go.
when they got said quarterback and said defenders back, they put Notre Dame in their rightful place,
Yeah.
the trash. And now somehow, money, money,
What money?
network channel, ABC,
NBC.
NBC, whatever it was. Sorry, ABC. Didn't mean to call you out like that.
One of the ABCs, damn
And yeah,
it.
one of the BCs. Um, uh, they
Oh,
made it into a top four spot over a Texas A&M team that. Now I can't remember the score
it
to
was
the Alabama Texas A&M game.
I want to say
I
two
want to
touch. It was Bama's
say
game, I
yeah,
believe.
it wasn't. Yeah, I want to say it wasn't terrible. I don't think they got blown out or anything crazy. Well, 52-24.
Uh,
So
30 points.
not great. But
Alabama.
I mean, it's Alabama. I give them that. But I'm just saying, to me, here's where because bottom line is like you can talk about Texas A&M got blown out by Alabama all you want. Well, Clemson got or Notre Dame got blown out by Clemson, so that basically that just offsets each other, right? Except here's the
Good.
thing, that's their only two things that really separate themselves because they've played relatively the same strength of schedule. Um, they play, played a couple good teams here and there, and that was really about it. But here's the thing: who lost 2 weeks ago? Who got blown the fuck out 2 weeks ago? Notre
No,
Dame. Texas A&M got blown out like 8 weeks ago, 7, 8, 9 weeks ago, dude.
they,
Like, and
they're
they've done nothing but win and win confidently since then.
they've done what they've needed to get put in. They've done
And
what was
that's
asked of.
and see that's the thing to me, and to me they've done everything they needed to do to get in, like you said, and Notre Dame has not. Everybody knew coming into the Notre Dame Clemson ACC matchup that if Clemson lost, no way they get in.
Yeah.
If Notre Dame loses in a close one, they might get in, depending on really just the CFP committee. If Notre Dame loses badly, no way they get in.
Ha.
Notre Dame lost badly and they got in somehow. Tell me that they're better than Texas A&M. Tell me that they're better than Cincinnati. Tell me right now that they're better than Cincinnati.
Watching this Cincinnati game,
It's tough to buy. It's tough to
yeah,
buy that they're better than Cincinnati. And
that,
and don't
that's
get me
why.
wrong, this is not no Sony Michelle Nick Chubb Georgia team. But this is still Georgia, and that's a good defense. That's a very good defense still. One of the
No,
top in the nation.
like I said
Mm,
yesterday, they need to expand it. They need to expand the
yep.
playoff.
They have to. It doesn't make sense the way it is because Notre Dame getting in Notre Dame getting in this way doesn't make sense. Notre Dame getting in at like the number 6 seed in an 8
You
seed playoff, I could
just
see that.
yeah
Number 7 seed, I could see that. Sure. They got one loss. The one loss was to a Clemson team that they did beat earlier in the year. And it's hard to beat a team twice, but you got blown out. We're gonna have to drop you down.
yeah
If you'd have lost, by 2 touchdowns, because again, I get it. For one, it's tough to beat a team that you've already played, and then it's tough to beat a team that you've already played without the players that they're gonna have the second time.
yeah.
So
Notre Dame has
go,
been in the
go,
playoffs.
go, go, go.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
But no, Notre Dame has been. I think this is their fourth or fifth time in the playoffs, or third or fourth, something like that.
Yeah,
They have 0 wins.
yeah.
Zero
It's
wins.
it doesn't make sense.
It's not like their semifinal games have been close either. They were all
Oh no,
blowouts.
yeah, they're all blowouts. They're all blowouts. It's gonna be a 2013 repeat.
Except
But at least like in 2013, the game unfortunately was settled in the SEC title. With Georgia versus Bama, everybody kind of agreed with that. Um, oh,
oh, oh, let's go,
um,
George. Have a
George
day.
Pickens out here doing acrobatics. Um,
10.
so our second matchup of the night. Now this is the one I think. Man, I'm telling you right now, I'm hype about this game.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be oh my god, dude! It's gonna be a slobber knocker, OT double OT type game, dude. It's gonna be insane. I can't wait. Ohio State, because like, look, I hate on Ohio State all the time, but I mean, plain and simple, they do deserve to be here. Whether they deserve to be here with the schedule they had and with how many wins they had, I don't know. Talent wise, though, they do deserve to be here. This is the team that should be here.
I,
And I'm
it's,
sorry, but they would
it,
beat Georgia, they would beat Cincinnati, they would beat Texas A&M. I do believe. So
the
I'm
reason,
okay with it now,
the only
especially
reason
with
I'm against it is because the Big Ten had to change rules.
yeah that and that's where it loses me. But like
And they fight for them twice. They changed the protocol to less days, and
well,
now then they changed the amount of games to play in the.
yeah,
Uh,
I did. I saw that. I didn't like that how they changed the protocol now so that who was it could play.
there's a couple people.
Yeah, I can't remember who all it was. There's a couple players. Oh, JT, what are you doing, buddy? JT's out here looking like a scrub.
right? I know Olave was one of their really good receivers was one of them. I don't know who the
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, and Olave is going to be a big piece. I mean, he was a big piece all season. They've got two. It's a wide receiver one, wide receiver two tandem over there, and so I mean, they're having that piece back is going to be huge for them. So
Yeah,
yeah, but at the same time, you know, I'm kind of glad because I'm sorry, but at 8 p.m. boy, when that game comes on, I'm going to be so glad that all those players are back, and I'm going to be so glad it's Ohio State Clemson because it's going to be a good one. You're going to see two incredibly gifted quarterbacks
yep.
play the game of football against each other, against two decent defenses that can really make some plays. So they're gonna get there, and not only that, but it's up against
What
two
are they?
coaches. So these quarterbacks are gonna get their money's worth. It's gonna be
What
a
what are
tough
they?
game. What happened? Review.
They're reviewing something on that play.
It may have. They may
Oh,
be. It may just be a fumble, but at the worst, it's going to be like a
yeah,
two
that's what I'm
yard.
saying. What's the point of reviewing it?
Yeah, I don't. Stupid. It's only going to be like a 2 yard loss because the ball. Oh no, because you can't advance the ball forward. But then you would just be. Oh yeah, because it could be a sack. Because it wouldn't be a. You can't fumble the ball forward, so you would get the ball down right there where he was at. So it'd be kind of like
Uh,
a sack.
I
Um.
don't know.
So that's why they're reviewing it. I'm assuming. So Ohio State Clemson. Who do you got? They got Clemson -7. So
So
Ohio State's the underdog here. Who do you
with
got?
with all the shit Dabo's been talking,
Oh, who? Yes.
in Ohio State 11, saying that they don't deserve it, this and that, they're going to come out to prove a point. But I still think Clemson pulls it out.
Yeah, Davo's being a little bitch. I don't know what his issue is. He went like he's trying to be this guy. He's trying to be, oh, like look at me, I've been the nice guy, the underdog Clemson, and now I'm the big top dog, and I'm gonna be a dickhead, and I'm gonna call everybody out on their bullshit. Like, look, man, we get it. Like, look, putting Ohio State at number 11, no problem. I got no problem with that. And then coming out and saying, hey, I'm gonna stick to that. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I expect you to say it. That's fine.
there's a reason.
But when you come out and say they don't deserve to be here, I mean, I get like I said they don't deserve to be here, but I also said that they should be here because
I'm
they
not
are the talented team. They are the best team.
a
Um,
coach of the team that is playing Ohio State.
say what?
I said I'm not the coach of the team that's playing Ohio State to give them some bulletin board material. They come out, but
Yeah, and
okay,
that's really stupid too. Yeah, to me, and I'm a 25-year-old crazy dude sitting here talking about sports in my home. Say what
yelling
I
at
want.
kids, yelling at 18-year-old kids on the TV.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not the head coach of the team that's fixing to play the team I'm talking shit about. Now, I'm all for, you know, talking shit and doing, all that jazz, but you as the head coach do not want to do that, man.
Yeah,
Like you give a team a certain kind of fuel that it just cuz as a player, you always feel like you should like as a player, you always feel like you should be respected by other coaches
yeah.
and your coach. And as a coach, you always feel like you should be respected by your players and other players. That's just that's true anywhere you go in any sport.
I
And
State didn't need no more fuel. Didn't need more fuel to the fire.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Why would you add fuel to an already burning ass fire? Like, man, Davo, what are you doing? I really, honestly, I think Ohio State's gonna win this game. Um,
It could, man. This game could go either way. Like 100%.
yeah, I mean, this is a 50-50 game, and I think Ohio State with that kind of fire and with this doubt and all this, oh, they don't deserve to be there. Because don't get me wrong, I talked mad shit about them when all this stuff happened. Um, but at the end of the day, they are the team that should be here.
Yeah,
And if you can't see that, I mean, that's fine. Or if you don't believe that, that's fine. But it's
yeah.
gonna piss Ohio State off, and it has, and I'm sure it has. Justin Fields is probably gonna play out of his mind.
Oh yeah. Woo! We got a full.
Um,
All right.
I really, yeah, and now see, it would be 20-21. Now I know that doesn't make it look a difference, but if you get a safety, you win.
Yeah,
And
if you get
now
a
if you get a safety, it's tied.
yeah,
I'm
how
just
often
saying.
happen?
I'm just saying, like, as dumb as that sounds. And again, or beans. This is my baby girl. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't understand what switched. I don't understand what changed. Why we moved to this whole. Oh, we don't take the points anymore. We go for two. It's real dumb. So yeah, Ohio State Clemson, great matchup at 8 p.m. Um, that's the Sugar Bowl. The Rose Bowl will be here in about 45 minutes. That's the Notre Dame Alabama matchup. That's unfortunate that it's the Rose Bowl because I love the Rose Bowl, love the whole build up to the Rose Bowl, and now this Rose Bowl is going to be absolute shit. But
And,
hey, we get to watch Alabama beat up on a top ranked, overrated team. So nothing better than that. Nothing better than seeing an SEC team put other teams in their place. Hopefully, Georgia can do the same today.
yeah,
But I don't know.
my
Um,
my mentions right now are great on Facebook.
oh yeah, I'm sure. That's why I got off, man. I was like, man, I'm tired of getting, I'm tired of getting wrecked by Georgia and Atlanta teams. I can't keep talking shit for them.
Well, I don't talk shit during.
Um,
I'm gonna wait till after the game.
so, I was about to look something up. What was I about to look up? Oh, I am about to pull up. Oh no, it's right here. There it is. So Auburn Northwestern. 9:30 left to go in the third. Northwestern is up 14-6. This is so indicative of this Northwestern team. They have done nothing but play defense all year long.
Yep.
They score a couple touchdowns in a game, but maybe a couple field goals. But they play defense all game long. I'm assuming that this score has something to do with someone we know as Bo Picks. No,
Uh, Surprisingly, he has not thrown any picks.
yeah, 16 for 28, 128. So not too bad. Leading the team in rushing
Um,
yards as well.
a lot of it has to do with him not having Swartz.
Yeah,
Or
that's a big piece.
um,
It's a
but
big
yeah,
piece for sure. Um, but yeah, I mean it's been a it's been an interesting season. It finally all comes to a close fittingly at the end of the year, pretty much. Which I do like. I do like that, like right at the end of the year, beginning of the year, you get the close of college football. Um, so I mean, you got at least one good game on, one really good game on tonight. Um, so are you saying Alabama Clemson rematch? What, number 4, right?
shit, something like that. Yeah, but no, yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'm going Alabama Ohio State number 2, I think. This will be the second time they've played each other for the title.
No, the last time they played was in 14. That went for the title. That was just the semifinal.
Oh yeah, you're right. So well, it's Alabama Ohio State too. Just this one's for bigger
Oh,
stakes.
Auburn
So
touchdown.
Ohio's yeah. Oh, they did just score. Oh shit.
Yeah,
Um,
touchdown reception.
so
Oh, they're going for 2. I think.
who? What? No, Cincinnati's got the ball.
I'm talking about Auburn. I'm watching. I got both games on right now.
Sorry. What? Are you serious? My game is not on right now. My channel changed. That's why. I was like, "What?" I'm
They're going for one.
watching
They're going
I'm
for the
watching
extra.
some craziness.
Yeah, and I got
Um
NC. I got the Auburn game on this TV. No, that's the Georgia game. That's the Auburn game.
yeah, I'm about to pull it up right now. Oh yeah, let me screen share with you. I'll show you I'll show you what I got going on. Give me one sec. Yeah, hold on. Oh shit, bro. I can't watch the Auburn game because we're in a tornado warning around places in Georgia,
Oh,
but
nice.
nowhere even near me.
Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Thanks, Obama.
Fine.
um. Oh God Almighty, I can't get it to. There we go. Um. So, you know, I don't even remember what I was saying, but I was trying to watch the Auburn game for real, and now I can't. I'm a little upset about that. Um, but yeah, I mean, college football, man, it was a fun year. It really was a wild year, right? Like, I mean, we saw a lot of upsets, a lot of crazy upsets, um, a lot of crazy games, and unfortunately, set of crazy matchups, but one's crazy for a bad way. But it is what it is. Hopefully, we don't see any fights like the MSU Tulsa game. Holy shit, that
Oh
was
god.
insane. I'm serious. If y'all haven't seen that, you gotta go look that. That's incredible. Um, but we will be back on later tonight. Me and Brandon, we're gonna do some NFL stuff, probably some NBA. I don't know. Probably recapping the CFP games that we got going on. Then from here, man, we'll be talking basically just NFL playoffs and NBA because that's what's going on. So we'll be switching off of football and into the NBA side of things. And Wes, I don't know how much you watch the NBA. You want to tune in for a couple episodes for that?
Yeah, why not? Just let me know.
Yeah, man. So we'll have Wes back in here for the NBA action. Brandon will definitely be here for the NBA action. He's a big NBA guy. Hopefully, we'll get Kevin back soon. I know his kids are still playing sports. I don't know if they play year round. So hopefully, we'll get him back soon, get him in some of this NBA combo too. But I'm just getting back into the NBA actually. So it's going to be real interesting for me.
Oh, stop!
Oh, no, they did not.
No, don't tell. No, stop. I'm not.
No, 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 no. It's a false start. I was saying, like, no, they did not. What idiots.
Okay.
Um, but nevertheless, man, Wes, I appreciate you showing up. Appreciate you being here, man. I look forward to the next time we talk, brother.
All right, brother. Appreciate you having me.
Yep.
Thank you.
See you.
All right, later.
We'll catch y'all next time.